This is quite high. So yeah, this is my first time doing stand-up, and I usually write a lot of songs. They are about death and about heartache, so my friend suggested I do stand-up. I'm still figuring out why. So we will see today. And on that note, I'd like to start on the subject of death. I think it matches my outfit. Thank you. So about very soon 1 year ago, my dad passed away with cancer. So I'd like to dedicate, like we do here in Ko Phangan, this set to him and to the memory of some really comedic moments of our last moments together. So I like to set this dedication. And it's okay to laugh. So my dad, I really, really love him. He was an awesome dad. And he was not really very emotional, yeah, like men. He was so stoic, and this is true, that the moment he really started connecting with his feelings, his brain started giving him migraines. So I told you that he had cancer, right? He had brain cancer. And when he was approaching the last months of his life, he started getting a bit sentimental. And he wanted to express to all of us kids how much he loves us, and to my mother, the love they shared. But at the same time, his tumors were growing. And they got to this stage where they started triggering, and he got nerve damage. So anytime there was two things that could trigger him to have like really, really intense migraine, where it would feel like knives in his head, and he'd go completely nuts, like almost crawling on the walls. And it was bright lights and emotions. So whenever I tried to tell him, like, hey dad, I really love you, I'd had to give him an aspirin as well. Yeah. It was a tough time to navigate. Also, his last words became kind of like they always were, but yeah, his sentiment was there. So he was really, really stoic by nature, and his body really worked against him. Okay. Thank you. I needed that. Another wish of my dad, since childhood, I think he secretly wanted to be James Bond. Anyone else? You know these charities where you have like a last wish and they make it happen? Yeah. Often it's like kids and they have diseases in the terminal. So the adult version of that is called morphine. One day my dad was so high on hallucinations that he thought the nurse that came to our house every day was a Russian spy. This is real. Yeah? He thought the nurse was a Russian spy that had kidnapped me and my mom, so he was terrified. And he thought that the nurse was poisoning him through the IV drip. And he started like fighting with him. So unless your loved ones are safe, there's literally no time to die. Thank you. How many people in the audience have done Vipassana? Yeah. And what about fasting? Fasting, anyone? Quite a lot. It's impressive. But my dad liked to take it to the next level. So the last 7 days of his life, he decided to go no talking, no food, and not even a single drip of water. Not even IV. Yeah. And people that think David Goggins is the embodiment of human endurance have not met my dad. And At day 5, oh, by the way, if anyone's interested in this kind of setup, I know in Ko Phangan we always look for new ways to be enlightened. It's called palliative care. They also have a 100% guarantee that you become enlightened and that you If you don't, then you get your money back, but nobody ever claimed. So, my dad was quite an overachiever, and on day 5, we started wondering, like, how many days can you go without drinking water? It was not like we wanted him to die. We were just wondering. Yeah. How is he doing this? So I sat in the corner because I was a bit ashamed, and I googled, how long can you live without water? Then I look over the shoulder of my mom, and she was doing the same. So when we found out that we were both thinking it, and that he'd passed Google's predictions of what's human impossibly, we decided to throw him a party. So we smuggled Prosecco into the palliative care unit and had a party. And of course we wanted to include my dad. So we were playing with his glass and his fingers, he was unconscious. And it was like kids playing with Play-Doh, just for him to hold the glass. So together with that image of my dad, who by the way were the only one not defeated by the bubbles by the morning, I'd like to bring a cheers to him and to the memory of him, and thank you.